Hi everyone, welcome back if you're back for the class after class. Um, Here's a thing which I think about a lot, which is something that my students often say to me, which is, oh man, enough of the theory and all this kind of stuff. We just want to play. We just came here to play. I didn't really come here for this. Um, and my response to that question is always, okay, cool, what do you want to play? You want to play this? And they're like, no, I don't know that. And then I'll be like, oh, okay, well, what about this? Maybe I will suggest something like that. A tune, well, that tune, or which I'm presuming you know, or something of that nature. And they say, oh, I don't know that. I didn't really mean that. We just were kind of like. And then I say, well, no, what did you mean? Well, you play what you want to just play. Well, I don't really have anything to play. And I'm like, okay, you just want to play free. And okay, someone start a beat then, and then I'll jam some chords. And it doesn't really work out. I've always found it difficult to get students to play music in music lessons. Not all students, but some. And most. Gosh, that's the thing. Man, I need to really up my game. So, what's my point? My point is, James Francies is probably one of, if not as theoretically literate, well, as anybody on the planet. He's probably a university graduate. I don't know. I haven't Googled him. I just listened to his music. But he's a really gifted piano player and a gifted composer. One of the hardest jazz musicians in the world. And he's probably one of the most equipped people to just play. And I shudder to think how much just playing he does when he rocks up at a gig. Hours of it live in front of people, or was pre-pandemic, of course. He's back out on tour next year, apparently. Sources inform me. And, so I think that's kind of interesting. Chopin is one of those guys too. He's he was pretty good at like the music theory stuff, but also pretty good at just playing. Lots of accounts of that, and so that was kind of interesting. You might say, well, where's the link in this tune? Well, a lot of the harmony here reminds me of Chopin. There's a lot of plagal cadences, D major to A major, and he's big on plagal cadences. Chopin's also kind of big on consecutive major chords, and there's a whole section down here. Check it out. D major, G major, B major, A major, G major, D major, E major, A flat major. Whoa, I mean, that sounds a bit like really expansive dissonant harmony. It's a whole bunch of major chords. I mean, there's an example, not off the top of my head, of consecutive major chords in this context. G major, F major, B flat major 7 to E flat major 7. That harmony, from whatever that is very similar to this harmony here. Consecutive major chords. And Chopin's a big exponent of that. There's another thing which I think is really, really cool, which is a good thing for class after class, is when you go from G major to B major, there's a lot of kind of cadences in thirds here. The end of the song being a great example of that. But there's another one here, G major to B major. The G is like the flat six of the B, okay? Which reminds me not of Chopin necessarily, although you could find that in his music for sure, but Dvorak. Dvorak you often hear when you get a big kind of major chord sound, you know, that resolution you get a lot in Dvorak, except it's like heavy brass and just sounds terrifying and wonderful. Anyway, that's for a whole different thing. That's a class I'll never teach, probably. But whatever. So that really interests me a lot. That's something to look out for. There's another thing really to look out for, which is just a few really cool corners for you to check out if you're interested. G sharp minor to B major to C major 7 to G major. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna do. To A major to E flat 9 over G to G sharp minor 11. It's gonna work out. And then getting all the way to E minor 11 here. So fascinating. This chord sequence, this song, has really only got 2 chords that use extensions, which is the C major here, which is C major 7, and this E minor, which is E minor 9, or E minor 11. This is E minor 11, E, B, F sharp, G, A, D, and you get your singer to go. Let's sing something like that, which I can't do. Stuff like that, you know, if you can sing, which I can't. The C major, just a bare fifth on C and a bare fifth on E. That's a pretty good voicing, so there you go. Take away from the class after the class. But outside of that, you can really just use the chords as they're written there on the sheet, just in simple voice leading, closed positions, largely speaking, major chords. Look at all this, all major chords. And there we go. That's really cool. Yeah. Cool. This lick here, James Francis plays it in a live performance of the song. This kind of lick, which I think he's borrowed from Chopin, or maybe he could just play it. I don't know him, so there is a lick which is so similar to that lick from a Chopin nocturne in E major. And also, in a live performance, there are 2 versions of this song. The live performance that has strings, the string players play things which are very similar as well. So maybe we'll close on having a listen to that. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Sorry. Okay, let's listen to the song. And then it's time to go.
When the moment comes along, when the feelings you don't know, all the things I gave to you,
D major.
kept it all.
This version is slightly different to this sheet, but only ever so slightly. This was, of course, for the album version. This is a live version, which came out today. Orange. Did you hear the violin? That's what I was talking about. James Francis. Woo. Sorry, got carried away. There's a C sharp in there somewhere. That was really... Wow! Recognize that sound, that voice. Beautiful singing. There he is again. Woo. Sorry, I rushed there. Sorry, I was getting lost in the music. Cool. All right. Oh, super long. Probably should end there. Okay. See you soon. Ciao. Bye.